Guys, it's Friday. It's science time. Hopefully you guys had a great lunch and recess. Just remember that during science, I have to click on a lot of different buttons and tabs. So just be patient with me. But we have been talking about classification and sorting. We have talked about classifying by size, small, big, thin, thick. We have talked about classifying by color, red, orange, and yellow, and by shape, triangles, circles, diamonds, as well as weight. So we are going to talk if something is light or something is heavy. Today we're going to be talking about texture, so how something feels. So I want you guys to go ahead and pause me while I get everything else on and talk about how things can feel. So go ahead and get that done right now. All right, hopefully you guys talked about how things can feel. They can feel possibly smooth, like your desk is smooth, or hard, like your desk is hard. Things can feel soft, like a stuffed animal. They can feel silky, if your mom has a fancy dress. So definitely things can have different textures. So we're going to talk about how that even happens. So this is our book, and I'm going to start right here, kind of in the middle of the book, because it's going to talk about why we're feeling different things and how, and some different textures. So it says here, inside your skin, you have tiny sensors. Your skin uses these sensors to take in information about what you touch. So you can see this is the little boy's hand, and we don't see those sensors, do we? Okay, so those are inside of us. All right, so those sensors are going to go ahead and tell you how it feels though. So if we look down here, your sensors tell you an object shape and how it feels. So it might tell you, oh, it's round, or it's square, has straight lines. They tell you if an object is pointy, flat, wet, or dry. So these sensors are really important. They're going to keep you guys safe. Sensors are at the ends of nerves in your skin. Nerves run through your whole body. They carry messages to and from your brain. Okay, so these nerves are really important. They can tell you to walk or to pick up an object. Okay, they work so fast you don't even know they're doing it. When you touch an object, the sensors in your fingers send a message through your nerves. So right there, he's touching something, and he's not really quite sure because he can't see it. He's like, is it slimy like a worm, or is it curvy and bumpy like a pumpkin? So that's what his sensors are telling his brain right now. And the message it was curvy and hard like a pumpkin. The nerves take a message to your brain. Your brain tells you about the object you are touching. There are sensors all over your body. Some areas have more sensors than others. The bottom of your feet have a lot of sensors. That is why you can often feel something as tiny as a pebble in your shoe. And I know that happens a lot with you guys when you're playing on the playground, that mulch gets in your shoes, and you guys are like, oh, I have something in there, and you take off your shoes. So those sensors are telling you guys something is in there. The middle of your back doesn't have many sensors. It is the least sensitive spot on your body. That is an interesting fact to know. Look at you, scientists, learning something new every day. Some sensors are in charge of feeling pain. When you step on something sharp, your sensors send a message through your nerves. Your nerves carry this message to your brain. It's probably going to say, don't step on that again. Oh, and I know a lot of my boys in here have Legos. So do some of my girls. And I know when my son was building with Legos, I would step on those and oh, it hurt so much. So please try to pick up your Legos, because now you know that your feet have a lot of sensors in there, and they're going to be able to tell you, ouch. Your brain sends a message back to your foot. It tells your foot to lift up fast. That hurts. Sensors in your skin also tell you if something is hot or cold. When you touch something, what you feel is called texture. A pillow is soft, smooth, and flat. Oh, I love that pillow. I feel like sometimes a little fluffy too. A rock is hard, rough, and bumpy. And I do have, some gems, not technically rocks, that are kind of smooth. It feels nice to sleep on a pillow, but your head would hurt after sleeping on a rock. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this cat here. You guys are going to pause me in a second, and I want you guys to infer, because I know we don't have a cat in the classroom, what the texture of the cat might feel like. So go ahead and pause me. All right, so hopefully you guys came up with some good texture words such as soft, fluffy. Okay, so those were some really good words to use to describe the cat. Objects can be smooth or rough, hot or cold, or prickly or soft. So let's go ahead and look at these objects right here on the table. Which one do you think is the prickly object? Go ahead, pause me. Great, yes, definitely the cactus is the prickly object on our table. All right, go ahead and look very closely. See if you can find a smooth object on the table. Okay, so I know that one was a little bit harder, but I definitely was thinking the table, it's smooth, there's no bumps in it. Okay, it's just like your desk is smooth. Perfect. All right, your senses of touch helps protect you and teach you about the world. Your skin protects you and you need to protect it. Always be sure to wear sunscreen when you are out in the sun. And we're going to talk about that later because that is a first grade standard to protect yourself in the water and in the sun. Those are really important things, especially since we live in Florida. So we'll dive into that a little bit later, but we're going to stick with texture for right now. All right, so we got a chance to read that book and get your noggins ready to enter our new classification, which is texture. And I think it was important for you guys to know how your body is able to feel it using those sensors. All right, so we're going to go ahead and it's called hard and soft. So I know that you guys are ready for this. We're going to be able to tell our textures in a second. So sorry about that. Don't see, I'm probably hiding it. Yep, I was. Our link to go over here. Thanks guys for being patient. I like the way that you're sitting, Jacob. Great job, Noah. Thank you, Bryson. Oh, look at Caitlin, Polly, and Lexi. Good job, Victoria and Olivia. Thank you guys. Doing a great job. All right, hard and soft. A brick is hard, absolutely. A feather is soft. And I know that a couple of you guys have found feathers at the playground and you guys know how soft those are. I think they're also a little silky sometimes. The bat is hard. And we already talked about this. That pillow is soft. What else is he holding in here that is soft? Go ahead and raise your hand. Yes, his teddy bear is soft. You wouldn't hug something hard when you're trying to fall asleep. You'd only hug something soft. The hammer is hard. Yes, please be careful with that. Oh, the Play-Doh is soft. All right, can someone think of some other texture words to describe that Play-Doh? Okay, I was also thinking stretchy, right? Because we can stretch it, okay? It doesn't just stay in one type of shape in there as well. Okay, sometimes if you play with it too much, it gets a little sticky. Okay, a fork is hard, absolutely. And it depends if your mom cooks the broccoli or if the broccoli is going to be raw, like right out of the fridge, which is another great vocabulary word, raw. So if it's raw right out of the fridge, sometimes your broccoli is going to be hard and crunchy. If it has been cooked in the pot, sometimes it's going to be soft. So it just depends on how the broccoli is cooked, on what the texture is. A sponge is soft. Now, I know some of your moms, and I know I definitely use it where it has two sides on that sponge. Can someone think of what the other side of the sponge might feel like? Go ahead and raise your hand. Yes, absolutely. It can feel rough. Sometimes I need that rough part if we burnt something in there to really scrub off the macaroni and cheese in the pot. So sometimes I need the soft spot and sometimes I need the rough spot of that sponge. A shell is hard. The sand is soft. Is this ball hard or soft? So go ahead, raise your hand and decide if that ball is hard or soft. It's a golf ball. Yes, it is hard. It makes that sound as you're hitting it. So great job, friends. So that was, and it just told us the ball is hard. Is this bubble hard or soft? So this is the bubble right here. Go ahead, raise your hand and pause me. Yes, it is soft, and it's also that texture wet. If you try to pop it, you get a little liquid on your finger. So that is another great, even sometimes I think it's soapy. Okay, so there's other texture words that we can describe besides just hard and soft. The bubble is soft. Is this construction hat hard or soft? So go ahead, pause me. Yes, it is hard because you need that to keep your head safe when you guys are building houses. The hat is hard. All right, hard and soft quiz. Which of these things are hard? Go ahead and pause me. Yes, definitely those nuts and bolts, those screws over here are hard, and it looks like a cotton ball or pom-pom ball. Those are definitely soft. So great job, friends. All right, so now we know that we can feel things through our sensors. We have lots of sensors in our feet and hands. We don't have a lot of sensors in our back, and that help us with our texture. And we just found out lots of things can be hard and lots of things can be soft. So the next thing we're going to do, sorry guys, it's being a little bit slow. And we are going to skip the video for today because you guys did such a great job listening to our 2 books. And we'll come and do that video on Monday. So you're going to go ahead while it's circling, is take out your science notebook. It should be the black and white one. And you guys should have your sticky note on your new page. And you're going to go ahead and put today's date on top. And I want you guys to draw a line down the middle. And on the left side, you're going to write the word object. And I'm going to show you guys in a second. Miss Simonton's going to help you spell that word as well. And on the right side, you're going to put the word texture. And then you're going to put about 3 fingers and a line, 3 fingers and a line, 3 fingers and a line, 3 fingers and a line. So I'm going to show you right now. This is what it should look like. You have the word object, texture. You do a line down the middle, and then you did 3 fingers, line, 3 fingers, line. So leave that here for a little bit. You guys can pause me while you're making your chart for object and texture. All right, great job, guys. Thanks for doing that in your science notebook because we know scientists have to be organized and record their thoughts. So down here we have some objects. We have a tennis ball, so I'm just going to draw a ball. We have, it's sandpaper, so hopefully you guys have some schema on sandpaper. So I'm just going to draw a square with some dots on it. Oh my, I'm not sure. You and Miss Simonton can decide if it is a balloon or if it is cotton candy, but I'm going to go with cotton candy. My eyes are not that great. We have a spoon. And then we have a dog. And we have been practicing dogs all week with our math rotations. So, all right. So now your paper should look like this. We have a picture of a ball. We have a picture of our sandpaper. We have a picture of our cotton candy, a picture of our spoon, and a picture of our dog. And you guys can pause me if you need to do that. Okay, so great job drawing those pictures. On the right-hand side, you guys are going to do this by yourself. Ms. Hamilton is just going to be walking around to make sure that you guys are writing the texture. So how does that ball feel? So you guys might think, does it feel soft? Does it feel hard? Does it feel smooth? Does it feel bumpy or silky or sticky? Okay, then you're going to go to the sandpaper and do the same thing. And then the cotton candy, and then the spoon, and then the dog. So think about some texture words. I'm sure Ms. Simonton will write some on the board if you guys need help. Or you guys can always sound them out. So if I wanted to say the ball was hard, I could say hard, hard, and I can write it down. Remember, you don't get in trouble for spelling something wrong. You get in trouble if we don't try. We learn from our mistakes. So I want to see everyone trying today. This is the last thing you need to do for science. All right, I'll see you later.